Well, we're encouraged. We're about 3/4 finished, maybe 70 to 80% finished. The motor's sitting in there. That's ready to get lined up. The steering's on its way from Italy. It's actually This will be carrying preachers backwards and forwards. Its name is MV Messenger for a reason, and it'll be carrying preachers and people backwards and forwards, heading out to ministry, carrying Bibles, books, teaching materials, youth groups. There's so many things. We've been hampered so much in the past with transport to the islands. The reality is that we live in town, in a town situation, so if you can't get the people there, you can't train them. And so at 130 kina per person, just to get them to town and back. The problem you have is you start doing that per person, and when you've got 15 or 20 guys coming, if you've got half a group of a village coming for a special training session, then the other problem is when you get people into town, what do you feed them? Our local markets are some of the most expensive in the whole of Papua New Guinea. So as a result, you may get a guy and his family in town, but you can't feed them. So we need the boat to bring the stuff to feed them. And then also obviously it'll be used for helping people with sickness and etc, etc. Outreaching, taking school books along to different areas. I mean, it'd be like saying you live 40 miles out of town but you don't have a car. Well, the biggest blessing of this boat, by God's grace, will be the fact that when we want it, it's there. See, the problem, Hunter, last time I spoke to him, the main preacher looking after the work in Alatar at the moment, it took him 3 weeks to get back to Alatar. Now, what if you're trying to organise a structured church service, you've got special events, things like that? We've had so many special events where the guys just can't get there. People say, why don't you just buy a boat off the internet for, $40,000 or $50,000? Because number one, you don't know what that boat's been through, you don't know the service history, and the hull design of this boat is very shallow draft. We've got about 3 feet, which means we can creep into an island, shut down the motor, skim up if we need to. The boat is designed in such a way with the square chines that we can just pull up to an area, lay it on its side and leave it there. If we really need to, we can do that. The boat's been manufactured, or remanufactured I should say, everything to the marine ply decks, to suit our local conditions, to suit the local people travelling on it. And we've simplified everything. It doesn't have any of the trendy toilets and mod cons and all these things, because it's not for that. This is a work boat to do a job. And so, yeah, I mean, if we could get a shipwright, someone who knows about boats, we've finished the rest of it. We've got painting to do, there's painting, and we're trying to contract at the moment, trying to organise a Christian brother who will come and hook up the motor. It's sitting in there. We've got everything we need, apart from a few bits and pieces, maybe $1,000 worth. But our visas, Lord willing, very shortly should be in hand, and we just need to get our airfares together. We need our health and strength. After I've come back from my home church, I'll be heading up north, back with my wife and children. Well, I've been away from them now for 4 weeks. I was away for 5 weeks just before that. And just to rebuild spiritually, mentally, physically, get back. There is so much going on. There are so many new Christians out at Normanby. And yeah, for health and strength, for obviously our walk with the Lord, our children, for us not to get hit with malaria and dengue and all those things as soon as we get back, for the preachers back home to recover. The 2 preachers took over my workload. Alright, so people have asked about bilge pumps and safety. Here we have some of the safety gear I've just pulled out of the pile here. Maybe people didn't see. Brand new bilge pump in the thing. This is a 1,500 gallons per hour. Okay, it's an American design. In the time that it was purchased, $154. That is one of the new bilge pumps. We'll be installing 4 of those in the various compartments. This is something that some people who came over may have walked past because they didn't know what it was. This is an old Sumac number 4. I've had this inspected. All it has is a packer in here, a gland that needs replacing, and these things are still standard fare on all open water boats. Some people asked about the integrity of the structure. I don't know if you can hear that. I'll break my knuckles before I break that. This boat has a triple fiberglass weave, one of the heaviest fiberglass weaves you can get, bonded with epoxy, 2-pack epoxy, boat coat, marine grade epoxy. That thing there is so tough. And then on top of that, on the inside, we've layered extra beams on top of the ones that were already there. So we've actually increased the amount of ribs in this thing, and we've put 12mm marine ply on top of that. So we have a sandwich of about this thick now underneath here. If I go in there, it's about that thick as you go in. Henceforth, it sounds like it's made of concrete, because this is the area that will hit a reef. So we've done the homework. I had a boat builder here advising me on doing all of this, a guy from Milne Bay called Mike Whale. He's the best boat builder in Milne Bay. So he designed a lot of that things that we've done in there. And so what we've done is we've done that, then we've filled it with foam. It's flotation, it's called pouring foam. So that has not only made it more rigid and strong, but also if we do puncture it, the boat will float. The theory is you could drill holes all over this boat and it would still float. In here is all hardwood, Oregon and cedar, because that's below waterline stuff. The way you treat a vessel below waterline is so different to what happens above there. That can get wrecked, it makes no difference. This is what really counts, and this is where the time has been spent. This is one of the props. I'll show you the foreblader. These props have been tuned to suit the motor and gearbox. We had professionals, the best in the game, people called Rogers and Luff here in Brisbane, and thankfully this is another reason to do it here in Brisbane. There is no way you would get access to this stuff in Milne Bay. It's craziness to try. So they balanced, repitched, polished, cut down. So this prop by itself came with the boat. It's worth $2,000 just to buy. It came with the boat, it was a freebie. So what we did, we used the freebie one, because it's 4-blade, which is more fuel economical and reliable, easier on the motor. We got that repitched to suit our motor and gearbox. And then we got the old one, which is this one here, repitched for maximum fuel economy and thrust for the type of work that we're doing. So we've got a spare prop. Come for a walk around here. These are all compartments. This is all cargo compartments, so that the people keep their cargo dry. So this particular area, the wheelhouse, has been designed, purpose-built again for the helm structure, the way the people are going to use it. There's distinct lack of windows at the back because we don't need them. That will be used for storage areas, maps,